The top stories: Khalifa Award highlights date palm farming as crucial to Ethiopia's climate and economy strategy. And scholars say right to development key to food, health, and environmental rights in Africa. Hello and welcome to EBC News with the news. I'm Tabitha John. Stay with us. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed reviewed the positive impacts of corridor and industrial development projects in Assosa, Benishangul Gumuz regional capital. Quote unquote, a year ago we came to Assosa, and what we have seen in the city today stands in sharp contrast to last year. The progress made is a good start, with a clear corridor impact really visible. The Premier shared on his social media pages. Some 100 kilometers away from Assosa, the Kumruk Gold Factory, a modern and automated production, is a remarkable development, he indicated. The Prime Minister further elaborated that by next year, half of its capacity will go into full production, demonstrating the wide gold potential of this region. The fast-paced progress since our last visit is commendable, and once the project is fully completed, its impact will extend across the entire region, he added. Such projects are a solid building block for our national prosperity, alongside many others. Mining remains one of our key sectors within our multidimensional approach to development, and the Benishangul Gumuz region is proving to be a vital contributor to this vision, the PM noted. The chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, wrapped up a successful visit to the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, held from August 20th to 22nd in Yokohama, Japan. In his keynote speech, Yusuf reaffirmed Africa's commitment to a strong partnership with Japan, highlighting shared goals of peace, growth, and inclusivity under Agenda 2063. He called the African Continental Free Trade Area a catalyst for opportunity, urging more investments in digital transformation, infrastructure, and innovation. Yusuf also held high-level talks with Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru, praising Japan's continued support for Africa's development.
Ashenda is held every year after the end of Thosida, a 2-week fasting period that commemorates the Ascension of the Virgin Mary. The festival lasts from 3 days to 1 month, depending on the location and tradition. Ashenda is a way of expressing gratitude, joy, and solidarity.
Okay, so the celebration is called Ashenda, and it's basically the celebration of young women and girls. So we just finished our fasting for Mary, and so once the fasting is over, we celebrate the young women, the young girls. Normally we celebrate back home. They'll go like we are, what we've been doing now, where we've been going around dancing, clapping, and then the men will like give us money.
In its religious significance, Ashenda is linked to Christianity, specifically the Ascension of the Virgin Mary. At the end of the 2-week-long Falseta fast, virgin Tigrayan girls adorn themselves in stunning white attire, gami hairstyle, and vibrant jewelries.
The date palm farming is not just an economic driver, but a vital tool for Ethiopia's comprehensive strategy to combat climate change. Secretary General of the Khalifa International Date Palm Award, Abdelwahab Abdulzakari Zaid, stressed. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is spearheading a transformative shift in Ethiopia's agricultural paradigm, redefining the nation's dry, harsh lowlands to cultivate crops based on the agroecology of farmlands. Earlier today, the Ministry of Agriculture Agriculture and the Khalifa International Award for Date Palm and Agricultural Innovation jointly gave a press briefing about the first International Date Palm Festival that Ethiopia is set to host in collaboration with the Khalifa International from August 26 to 28, 2025 in Samara, Afar region. The festival is aimed to unlock the country's significant potential for date palm cultivation by creating a dynamic environment for industry growth and collaboration. In an interview with ENA, Secretary General of Khalifa International Date Palm Award, Abdullahab Abdulzakhari Zaid, stated that while some date palm farms exist in Ethiopia's Afar region, the industry needs to scale up with high-quality production to become a viable international competitor. Moreover, he elaborated that the date palm, both just an economic driver and a vital tool in Ethiopia's comprehensive strategy to combat climate change, he stressed.
Well, the potential of the date industry in the country, as you know, there are already some date farms existing, but there is no commercial because what's important is to have a commercial large-scale plantation with high quality, commercially renowned varieties that could be attracted to niche market in Europe and the United States, which is foreign currency for the country, but also labor intensive, women incorporation in the system, and so many advantages. The idea is to assist the date growers to first start adapting the modern technical practices to produce the required date varieties by the international market, but also to create jobs for people. There is one more thing important for me to mention here, and I'm sure a lot of you know about it, is climate change. And as you know, climate change is having a negative effect on the environment, a negative effect on the production, negative effect on the well-being of people. But for date palm, one date tree is able to absorb about plus minus 360 kilos of CO2 per year. So if we look at the carbon balance, date palm will contribute positively that Ethiopia will be producing enough oxygen in comparison to the CO2 that is produced by the industry and so on. Because the UN system now is working on this subject, and in the future you have to have a balance if you want to be accepted in so many groups of producers around the world.
And finally, for Africa and the developing world, the right to development is the central right from which all others, including food sovereignty, health and environmental rights, ultimately derive. Participants of the China-Africa Human Rights Seminar told the Ethiopian news agency. The China-Africa Human Rights Seminar, which attracted scholars from over 47 African nations and China to redefine the dialogue on human rights, is underway in Addis Ababa. Seychelles Human Rights Commission chairperson Justice Bernardine Renaud described the gathering as historic. Development should be measured not just by physical infrastructure alone, but by the tangible benefit it brings to every individual, especially those in remote villages, he said. Listen.
This is the first time there is that get together. This is the first is a seminar. We are each one exchanging views, and I believe that will be the basis of future workshops. Now, when getting us together here, China is getting us here, maybe because individually our countries could not organize such a thing. But having met here, then we will come to know each other, what is happening in each other countries, where it concerns the development of human rights. So I believe this is very important for us developing countries of Africa.
Echoing this sentiment, South Sudan Institute for Strategic and Policy Studies Executive Chairman Professor Melha Rout Biel broadened the definition of development as a human right.
47 African countries like China has came to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to participate in the first China-Africa Human Rights Seminar. This is the first time in the history of the two continent. And you can see from participants, most of them are top government officials, media representatives, human rights activists, human rights commissions, and so on.
Mauritania's former foreign minister and international consultant, Professor Mohamed El Hassan Ould Lebat, also described the Global South must approach human rights in a way that reflects its own unique history, culture, and priorities, which differ from those of the Western world.
It was a great opportunity for exchange between scholars and politicians from Africa, with scholars and politicians from China. We come to a very important idea that we all have to fight for the promotion, the protection, the promotion of human rights, but we cannot do it in the same way that is done in Western, because we have our specificity in Africa.
You're watching ABC, a reminder of the top stories. Khalifa Award highlights date palm farming as crucial to Ethiopia's climate and economic strategy. And scholars say right to development is key to food, health, and environmental rights in Africa. That's all we had for this hour's news edition. I'm Tabitha John. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now and take care.